Khushi Gupta. I was a CLAT aspirant of 2020 and I cracked CLAT with an All India rank of 106. We have seen that in the new paper of CLAT 2020, there was a whole new section of quantitative aptitude, quite much like the other sections of the paper. And there has been a lot of speculation going around that whether this section is worth solving or not. The thing is that quantitative aptitude forms 10% of the main paper, and hence people who either may be very good at maths or may not be very good at maths keep thinking whether they should in fact attend this section or just let it go. The people who are good at math think that whether this 10% of the section is even worth solving or not, or they can put this time into another sections who weigh much than this section. And the people who are not good at maths think that whether it is worth it to learn all these new techniques and then put them into this section to waste a lot of time in learning these new techniques. So first of all, I'm going to say that the change in this section seems bigger but isn't. Like, it seems like, where did the profit and loss questions go, percentage questions go, where did the interest question go, where did the rest of the applications that we learned for this paper went away? The thing is that they didn't really go. What happened is that the data has been collected and put into pies, bar graphs and tables, and related 3 or 4 questions have been given where you have to apply the same methods that you learned for the previous CLAT paper. So the pattern isn't that different at all, and hence this should be one reason why you should attend this section. The second reason for attending this section is that it is a very scoring section. Like, there is no too much of hit and trial or speculation with the options, like either this is the answer, this isn't the answer. The negative marking charges are very less. The third reason why you should attend this section is because it does form 10% of the paper. I mean, if you're getting marks with a section that you are comfortable with, or with a section where you can get comfortable with extreme practice, then you should attend this section. The fourth reason is that this section is, once like you are done with a section, you feel a sense of security while giving the paper. And this section is like very small. It has like 10 to 15 questions and it can be done very like in half an hour. And after that half an hour, you would have like chucked all your worries about time and oh my god, these many sections are left while you're writing the paper. Or you can just do this and be like, oh, I'm done with another section. That will give you confidence. The fifth reason is that leaving an entire section while solving CLAT examination is not something which I would recommend. Like, I think you should focus equally on each and every section apart from the weightage they gave to the exam. So yeah, these has been the 5 reasons why you should attend this section. Coming on to the reasons why you shouldn't attend this section is because sometimes quantitative aptitude becomes a skill that no matter how much you put in, you cannot really cross that threshold. Like, you can come at average, but average is not what makes your exam crack. You have to get above average. You have to do better than people. It is a competitive exam after all. And like, if you do 4-hour maths daily and still you like come at a level where other people can also do those questions, then it only wastes your time while you could have put those 4 hours into another section. The second reason is also somewhat related, that I've seen people who put quantitative aptitude as their major priority. Like, they will put in extreme efforts into this and they seem to forget that it does form only 10% of the paper. There is a 90% of the paper that does require equal attention, and we seem to mismanage because quantitative aptitude seems very complicated or something which has to be tamed. The third thing is that quantitative aptitude, even though is scoring, like seeing the previous paper, it was more like time taking and moreover wasting time because the questions were wrong, and the questions that I did their options were wrong too, and they ultimately got cancelled. So either you prepare yourself in a way that you can easily identify that, okay, these options don't seem right, and move on to the next question, then that's good. But if you don't, then it can become very time wasting for you. Like, I could have solved another 2 questions of the reasoning if not for the maths questions. Another reason for not attempting this section is that, see, forcing yourself to go through a section in order to gain security may result in you hurrying through the section and not really solving, in fact gaining negative marking. If you're not sure about your answers, if you receive 98 as an answer and the option is 100 and you're like, yeah, okay, it must be 100 close to 98, it doesn't work that way. You will lose marks. And realize that when you choose a wrong option, you don't lose 1 mark, you lose 1.25 marks, and that is a risk which you should not take. So going through all these reasons, I want to say that quantitative aptitude you can attend, like once you're done with all the 4 sections, attend it for the rest of the time that you have, but do not make it a priority. Like, do not go around studying quantitative aptitude only for 6 to 7 hours a day so that you can ace the section. You have to realize that the section is only 10% and focus on the other 90% more or equally. So I understood this after some time, that even after solving 2 to 3 data interpretation books, I'm not getting where I should have been with this section. So I try to restrain my efforts for this. I try to cut out the hours and make it to 1 or 2 a day so that I can just practice daily and not think about acing the section. So what I used to do in mocks was that I used to complete all the 4 sections with all my heart, and if I have 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I used to put all of those in the quantitative aptitude section. But I never made it a priority. Moreover, never start your paper with quantitative aptitude, because there can be some questions which you will find challenging and will hook you to the edge of your seat. But keep thinking about time. We often indulge into maths questions and we think, oh, bas ho gaya, bas I'm almost done with it. But we don't realize that we are losing time and maybe we are not almost done with it. So stop challenging yourself with this section. Just realize that if you're good at it, then do it, gain those extra marks. But if you're not good at it, try to substitute this section to the other 4 sections. Like, I realized that I'm not good at maths, so I try to limit the hours and then use those extra saved hours to the practice of other section, because I need that 10% of the paper no matter where section I get it from. Like, if it doesn't make sense if I put 7 hours into quantitative aptitude and I score very well, I score like 15 out of 15, but the other sections are fared very, very poorly because I didn't save time or my concentration or efforts. So be very practical in your approach. Like, they are marks, but they are only 15 marks or 17 marks. Are they really important? Think about these things. And if you realize that, yeah, they are important, like 15 marks is a lot of the paper, then try to prioritize. Prioritize the questions which you're going to solve and prioritize the way that you're going to solve. Save your time and you will do well. All the best.